Hi, Internet. Kim here.
Chris here, and this is Rambling Tea Time.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Kim. It's a wonderful year, and
You don't know that. It just started.
it's true, it just started, but it's been going great so far for like the few days so far. But yeah, so far this has been better than last year.
It just
This
started.
whole few days so far. So yeah.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
year.
Calm down.
Can't wait till next year to be even better.
Okay. So these are the days that matter
Yeah.
only.
Yes.
Eeny, heeny.
What about you?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
I am, you know, there.
You're there?
Yes, I'm here.
What does that mean?
I am present in the now.
You're present in the now?
Yes.
Okay. Oprah. Cool.
White Oprah.
I remember years ago she had this whole like how she used to have like seminars of like kind of like helping yourself type of situation. And I remember she had this guy on, this guru guy of the thousands of gurus she had on. But his whole thing was like, instead of living in the past and worrying about the future, be in the present now. And there was a whole big deal. He was just there to shill his book that Oprah was shilling for
I
him, that type
see.
of situation. But yeah,
I mean, there's so many people who say all of these things, though,
I
right?
understand being in the
Although I've
present.
never heard anyone say to live in the past,
Well, no. They always
like
say,
live in the past. That's
no,
where it's at. Woo!
reject the past, embrace the present. Well, you always got to
Um,
be in the present anyway, so.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why do people say to reject the past or forget the past or move on? Yes, you have to do those things kind of, but I
Yes.
think what they should say, like in clarifying their words, is that you should learn
Yeah,
from the
yeah, learn from the
past.
past. Don't let it tie you down or whatnot.
Right. Those are what they should say. They shouldn't be like,
Exactly.
forget the past. And say, okay, so you're
Unless
not.
the past was really kind of shitty.
Okay, but there's still things to learn at each step. Okay, moving
Maybe.
on. We recently watched The Witcher 2. Season 2
Uh-huh.
came out whenever it came out. Anyhow, we
End of
watched
last
it.
year. And we watched the movie before that. And we
Right.
each watched season one separately.
Separately.
Yeah,
Yes, all
before that.
those whenever.
Okay, so before we dive into the actual show, have you played any of the
No,
games or have
no,
you read
Christopher. I
the
haven't played the games and I
books?
haven't read the books. Are we
Okay.
here to do that today?
No, I'm just asking if you have any prior knowledge previously to the going into this series.
And you? Are you
I
asking these questions because you do have this prior knowledge and
I own
experience?
the games. I played like a bit of the first one years ago, but nothing that I really remember anything, and I've never read any of the books.
So are you showing off?
No, I'm just trying to like
You're trying to say you got clout because you've played the games?
I haven't no. I haven't played anything past the first Witcher game.
I see.
So yeah. But so we like the show.
We liked season one.
Oh, you didn't like season two? This is news to me.
Okay, we liked season one, and we
Uh-huh.
liked the movie, which
The animated
show the
movie.
animated movie, which shows what happened at the beginning.
Well,
Well,
the past.
right in the past, right, with Vesemir and how Geralt came to be,
Mm-hmm.
basically, a
And
Witcher.
how Kaer Morgan was attacked and sacked, sorry. And all the things got messed up.
Right. So I really liked season one.
Season one was good.
I have to say, from what we watched in season two,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really slow.
Yeah.
Really
It was
slow.
slow in some places,
No,
but
no, no.
fast
All
in others. It it
it
didn't
was
feel,
really slow.
I
If
suppose,
okay,
yeah.
if we're comparing it to the first season, which is the only thing you can compare it to, as I've never read the books, so I don't know how
Uh,
the story goes in that aspect. But in season one, it was it was fast paced to me. Things were
was it?
always moving. Yes, there was always moving pieces because they had to set up, those three storylines, Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri.
Syrian,
They
and
had
they
to
all
set
different
those all up
timelines.
and everything that was happening to them in just the like 8 episodes. So there was a lot of content for that season, I have to say. But I feel like
This season was
this,
slower. It's because you
right.
know the characters already, and they don't have to do all that setup,
No, not that.
and everything is
Okay.
converging right
No,
now.
right. Okay.
Continue.
So it isn't the story of them now having come together, right?
No.
It isn't like that is slow.
What is slow?
The show is slow. It just kind
The
of,
pacing feels slow to you? It
yeah.
didn't
I
feel that
feel
way to
like
me throughout the entire show. It actually
it
felt
felt like that throughout the entire
I
show to me
actually
though.
preferred the pacing here than how it was in the first season.
Really?
Yes, because the first season had you they were bouncing around three different timelines, and that in itself was a bit confusing until you finally clicked it out, until I finally clicked it and realized, okay, all these things are happening at three different times, and they're showing you how the characters eventually the timelines eventually lined up,
Right.
which was cool, but at the same time that itself felt a little bit confusing.
Did it?
Yes,
I enjoyed that though.
I
I
like the
enjoyed
concept
the
of it.
storytelling of season one like that.
I liked it, but at the same time, I still found it a little bit confusing.
I did
So
not find it confusing
it was just I like that they made jokes about it
in
in the
season
part season
two
two,
with
where
Yaskier.
yeah, talking about how I didn't the song, one song, I didn't realize. It took me a while to realize they had different timelines and all that stuff. It was a pretty good joke that it was just cracking about it. But yeah, um, season two was good to me. It was slow in some parts, but that comes with the fact that all of the characters are together now,
Well,
and now you
they
there's
weren't necessarily together.
okay, not
Geralt and
together.
Ciri. Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Do we don't need to say spoilers, right?
Anybody who's listening to this podcast and sees the title of this podcast, which is going to be something
And
along the Witcher review, and
right.
they click on it, not expecting to be spoiled, that is
Right.
their
There are always spoilers anyway with you and I, so
yes. We're always going to
um
spoil everything.
right. So there was Ciri and Geralt. They had met
Mm-hmm.
and they had thought that Yennefer was dead
Yes, yes, yes.
until like six
Yes, that's
episodes or
when
something about.
when he finds out that she's alive. Trish should
Hmm.
have told him when she came out there, but she decided in that.
I wondered about that, but it never really sort of exactly came up.
I know
She
it didn't.
didn't
It didn't.
really
Mm-hmm.
like come up. Come on,
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
also the fact that she's crushing on Geralt, and she know that Geralt was crushing on Yen, and she decided to try to make a move as well. Didn't you see all that?
Okay, so
Yes.
I think
It's
that
mm,
did she even know about
yes,
the two of them?
yes.
Did she? I feel like I forgot what happened in season one.
You feel it? You forgot what happened this season one. Everybody knows that everybody knows. Okay,
Do they?
especially Trish and yeah, all of them know. Okay, they know, they knew. But outside of that, I like that we saw the beginning of Siri's training. We found out more about what was going on with Siri and her powers, I suppose, and how what she kinda is. She's a mythical weapon created by the elves to get revenge on humanity.
Basically.
Yes. And she pulls in her abilities open holes in the other planes or whatnot and pull in creatures and shit. Pretty cool. Very dangerous, apparently.
Yes, that's what the latter half of the whole season was about, how um in the wrong hands she could
She's
destroy
pretty
the
much,
world.
yes, pretty much. And having seen some, well, the third games and know that the games kind of are telling the story that's kind of a bit ahead or already transferred or already happened or whatnot.
Hmm.
I'm kind of excited to see when Siri actually becomes kind of a witcher and whatnot, which I'm assuming is going to be season 3 and probably focusing on fully actually giving her training. Seeing as how this entire art was her being a little bit unsure but wanting to train, but her not finally, I guess, accepting that her abilities or whatnot. And well,
I don't know what you're saying, because this
it
season
was
was her training.
no,
She
not yet. This
Okay,
is
but
just the
she
start
she
of her
was
training.
not training as a witcher,
I
because
know,
she's not a witcher.
I
She was
know,
training to be able to defend herself.
and exactly,
It's
and
still a step though.
I know, but throughout the entire series, you have people Geralt realizing that he can't help her as good as he can, and people telling him that you need to let her. You have to have teachers for her to get her prepared, and the whole thing about destiny and certain things need to happen. Kind of like when Yen tries to take her to the witch lady and whatnot, and then realizes that she should probably be the person who's going to have to train and help
Right.
Siri
I
along the
really
way.
want to see that part. I
Yes.
thought that we would actually get to see more of that than we
No.
did.
No, 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 no.
That's why I felt like it was somewhat slow. I felt like all of the, you know what?
This season, the reason why it feels that way, because this season is a setup season. This season is here is where Siri needs to train. Here is going who's going to train Siri. Here's what's going on with the political maneuvering of the world. Here's doing what. All these things are setting up so that when season 3 happens, you get the payoff for the setup.
Speaking of political maneuvering, let's just skip right to the end.
Okay.
We can circle back to other
Uh
things,
huh.
but let's speak about
The reveal
Emir.
of Emir. I
Yes.
saw it coming so far
Right. So I think
without even being spoiled by anything. It was just
if
a
you
guess.
were watching season 2,
Hmm.
you probably started to put these pieces
It
together
wasn't
and were
too.
not shocked at
Yeah,
the end.
yeah, yeah.
If you were, then I do not really know what you were watching. But we saw it and we were like, "Oh, okay." But our question, our like real question when we saw that is, why did he do all of this? Why is he doing all of this to get his daughter? It seems like there
It
are
seems like
easier
a.
ways. What I feel like he's going about it so complicated, like
But we haven't seen what actually happened to him all
exactly on that
those
ship
years.
that sank or
Yeah, so
something. We don't really
yeah.
know the
It's
details.
so strange though that he was he was there, he was married pretty much the princess of Sintra, and he had a daughter, and the queen probably didn't like him that much, but still, why didn't you like contact the queen? You probably could have. You could
I thought
pro-
about that too.
probably, and you like it
It
seems strange, but we just don't have the
we
information.
could, we could speculate like just now. So it's possible that it was found out that he was still alive, but
Uh
then when
huh.
he tried to take Siri, the grandparents, Calante didn't want to let her go, possibly.
But I would assume that she would have killed him or something like that. Or maybe there's something we're
Yeah,
missing.
we're
We're just
obviously
we're in the dark.
missing
We're in the dark,
a lot of stuff
obviously. But it just
there.
feels really weird that Emir. Okay, it was obvious he's looking for his daughter, Sirius's daughter, and he just never kind of showed up anywhere else. Like, why send whole armies that might accidentally get her killed or whatnot? You
Right,
know?
and he's only it's only revealed at the end that
Uh
she's his
huh.
daughter because he says that.
Yes,
So I
and
assume that not a single other person knows
no,
why. Not even the guards, not even his most trusted like Fringilla and
and
the
the
other
fact that
guy.
he set up the whole elf killing the baby elf thing as a trick for Fringilla and Cahir. It's,
The
it's
outcome of
so
that was
silly.
my favorite, I have to say, but I felt like it lacked some impact.
Impact because it
When
was just right at the
Francisca
end and it was kind of
Not
flat.
that. When Francisco went then to
Redania,
Redania,
and she started killing everybody,
well, the
the babies.
babies, that was such an, it could have been, I want to say, more intense.
Oh, okay, you wanted to see babies burning to pieces or something.
I guess they didn't want to be so,
Gory.
yeah.
But you hear them all die, so yeah.
Well, do you hear them die? You
They
hear
the
the
silence. The
silence
baby
fall.
stops. The baby because the baby stopped crying because they're dead.
Hmm.
They all started to cry because of the crest started to show up on them, and then they stopped
Yeah.
because she instantly killed them. I still don't know why you want to piss off the fucking elves though. You like, like my whole thing. Fringilla's plan made sense. It's like we need an army, and we might as well grab the
Ally with
elves,
them.
give them Sintra, and build an army with literally people who can live for a very long time. You know, a long living race. And oh, they suddenly now being able to have birth. That is great. Let us pull them into us. But I guess at the same time, getting rid of their hope means that they're more likely to fight because they did go to Redania and kill a whole bunch of babies, so that part of his plan kind of worked. And it still seems like a waste to get rid of a army that's right there that's capable of doing shit. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't understand what Emir's goals are right now.
Get his daughter, take over the world. I
Mm,
think that's pretty much it. He knows that Siri has Eldar blood because he was literally there where she was born. So he
right.
wants her for whatever nefarious purposes he could use her, which is
Well,
summoning
are we
monsters.
assuming? What is that? Are we're assuming that he wants her for evil?
Yes. Yes, we are
Oh,
pretty much assuming that he wants her for evil.
hmm,
I don't think he wants her for good.
hmm. I'm not really sure yet. I'm not convinced either way about him.
Mm. Another thing that was kind of left as another thing that was set up was the guy that the firefucker was working for. We didn't see who that is yet.
Right. So we thought that that was the guy from Redania, the bald one.
Somebody completely different, and they
But
never
then it
show us
could be
them.
Emir as well.
I don't think it is. No,
Or it's a third party that we've never seen.
it's not. It's a third party because remember the girl that got her face frigged up when she tried snorting the Witcher potion to
Yeah.
blood trace and end up blowing off half her face. She said she wasn't working for Nilfgaard. So it might be another kingdom. We
She
don't
doesn't
know.
know.
I don't. She forget now. I like how both of them, Firefucker and that girl, both got their faces messed up.
Yeah.
And when he, I have to say, when he showed up, for the moment he showed up, he kept flipping his. I was like, I hope this idiot get burned with the same fire. And so when Yennefer just spit, like, who does that? Who does that? Like, oh yeah, look at my flaming finger. Like he was like, why? Why are you doing this? Like it felt like this kid got a lighter and he's just going around flickering it, showing off at his friends. Hey, look at this. Look at my lighter. It's like I'm so glad when he got burned in his face because he was
I
just so
think he
annoying.
wanted to be in Fire Force. Anyway, there is another setup for the third season.
What? What's that up?
It's Yaskir is going to be kidnapped by the guy from
Ah,
Redania.
right. He says that he needs to pay his due or something along those lines. So I wonder what. I guess that's why he's able to go around the place because
Who?
yeah, scare.
I
Because he's
thought that
being
had
paid
to
for.
do with the pretending to save the elves. I thought he was his
Mm,
backer. That's who he was working with to do that. That's what
ah,
I
that's
thought.
true. That might be true. That might be true. Because Yasker did say that he have people that were assisting him and whatnot.
Right.
Hmm. And that this what's his name? Dijkstra from the Redanium. He did say that he has many irons in the fire. So I don't know though. Something about the owl. Then it turned out to be that a girl. What her name was? Pala. I can't remember because it was right at the end.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
it transformed into that lady.
Priscilla? I don't know. Begins with P though,
It
right?
gives a P. Yes. I kept thinking that the owl was working for somebody else, and I still think that she probably is. I don't know. The owl seems really sus to me. It doesn't seem like if it's probably super loyal to Redania, but I might be wrong. So the Brotherhood has put in a at the end of the season they have now put a bounty on Siri and anybody that helps her. So I
Yeah.
don't know how they're going to be. They kind of know that she's probably with the Witchers because they remember seeing her with Geralt at the beginning. Do they know where Kaer Morgan is? Like, am I saying it wrong?
You
Kaer
are.
Morin.
It's it's Kara Morin.
Kaer Morin. Okay. Do they know where it is? Because
I don't know.
sometimes it feels like they don't know where like they don't know where the and but yet still Trish can portal there and whatnot. So I'm confused as why don't they just attack the Witchers? There are like five of them now. Just
I don't know. There are things that like that. I thought that development was a bit lacking as well, but I guess we'll only see, the effects of it in season
hmm.
3.
Because and I guess that they aren't considered really a threat either. Because I mean, hell, Firefucker was there somehow. He got there somehow. So there
He
clearly is
portaled.
information, right? Because clearly Vape is to portal into Karamore, so they need some security. They can't have that girl out there or wherever they're going to go because that is the liability straight up. Like she herself got possessed as well. Like, don't they have anything to stop against possession in this world either? Consider she's such a strong entity herself.
I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm sure she'll learn something from Yennefer.
Yes.
That's something, I think that's what I'm most excited for in
Yes.
season 3.
The actual straight super series training.
Right. I feel like we were slighted
You were
in
slighted.
this season.
Okay, so we've talked about season two. Not really going to go over season one. Let's talk about the movie with Vesemir. What do you think about the movie with Vesemir? Seeing as how it took place like in his
It's not the
past.
same Vesemir in season 2, is it?
It is. It's when
That's
he
not what I
was.
mean. I mean, they look nothing alike.
Oh,
He
you
doesn't
mean
look like he turns into
to the
Vesemir
old
in
man?
season 2. But, what else?
I liked the movie because it gave you the whole the sacking of Kaer happened. Why there isn't a whole bunch of witchers anymore because they're all dead. Because the lady got really mad at the witchers having killed her mother, and she decides to get revenge on them. Kind of like the witch lady in season two, who got sealed with the original witchers, got really mad and tried to kill them again here in the present. I think the witchers have a problem with not putting down people who might get mad at them in the future. So
I don't really remember the battle in that movie. I know there was one, can't remember it.
there was a lot of mind bullshit too, like what happened to Siri as well. Uh, People thinking that they're present, but it's actually inside their mind and end up killing their friends. All sorts of nonsense like that. Yeah, you don't remember?
Not really.
That was like the best part in the movie in the climax.
Oh,
Anyways, I liked the movie. It was good, short, sweet, and we get to see what an ugly-looking child Geralt was at the very end.
I don't think he was
He was
ugly.
bald and gray.
So you're trying to say that being bald is ugly?
I did not say that being bald is ugly. I'm just saying that he was an ugly looking child. It's a completely different thing. Okay? He was a
Hmm.
bald, ugly looking gray child. Okay? I am looking forward to season 3.
What's the score that you give season two?
I give season 1 a 9 out of 10. I would give season 2 a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Is that good with you?
Oh, it's not my score, but I would give it a 6.
A 6.
Jeez,
Wow.
I'm
The
so...
acting was good, the music was good, the visuals were good, the
Okay,
story
I can
was good.
only raise it to a 7.
The pacing was the only thing that was the biggest
Yeah, that
issue,
really was an issue
and the
for
fact
me.
that the entire season was mostly things being set up, few reveals, and things being set up somewhere. So yeah,
Mm,
it's the in between, you know. You ever read like a series of novels and the first book is really good, the second book might be then the third book is really amazing, then the fourth book is like and then the
No,
fifth book
so
is
this is what I'm saying.
terrible.
I get that that's probably where we are in the story,
Mm-hmm.
in a
This
part that maybe crawls, but I
yes.
think in the show, on the TV show, it could have been 6 episodes, and
Mm,
I wouldn't feel like each episode was so long and
I don't know.
wow.
I'm glad that they did enough for each episode that it was worth watching. I don't think that anything needed to be cut out that
I'm
or
not saying that
pushed into
anything
one.
needs to be cut out, but push, that's for me.
Eh,
A few things, like when the guy Istrid went to meet Fen and the other one whose name I can't remember. That maybe that could have
uh,
been pushed together.
yeah, okay.
Or what else? There are other scenes. There are other that are just, they kind of crawl along and then it's like nothing is being done or said.
Kimmy just did not like the pacing of this
I
season.
didn't.
Mm,
It's not to say that I didn't like the story. I liked it. I'm grateful even that I got to watch Witcher,
mm-hmm,
yet again, since I really liked the season one.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was kind of slow.
Okay. Well, I am looking forward to continue. I kind of want to read the books or at least play the games before season 3.
Hmm.
So I think I might do that. I might play the first game because I stopped it so long ago, and I know the combat in that's not great. But at the same time, I know it's a good game. I think you might enjoy me, or you might enjoy playing it as well. So who knows?
Enjoy you. What does that even
I
mean?
might come and watch me play it or playing it yourself when you get a chance. But yeah, well, that's our just short or brief review of the Witcher series so far. The stuff that's available to watch, the first 2 seasons and the animated movie. Not really in-depth review, but just a short, brief overview. We enjoy what we've seen so far, and I'm looking forward to season 3. Tell us what you guys think, and see you guys in the next one.
Good night, everyone.